Alrighty, everybody, I'm live. This is Frank. Gonna have a fun show today. Um, um, I got a story to tell you guys about. I think last week you guys heard me talk about my hospital visit, but got an update to that, and you guys are gonna be really interested to hear that. Um, I sent out. I sent out a tweet showing my bill, obviously without the account info and all that stuff. But really interesting. I'm gonna lean on you guys and gals out there to um, let me know what you think of the whole situation, what I should do. I just had Black Cat on talking before I got on here to basically talk about the bill that I got and some strange happenings and stuff like that. So I'll talk more about it on the show. The show's RPGrinders. This is Frank. We haven't started the show yet. Just waiting on my cohorts to show up. Eric the Great and Breakman the Bold. Should be a lively chat today. I'm expecting a few people in there. Uh, Actually, I'm going to tweet out. Sorry guys and gals. Um, Give me just a second. I'll be right back with you. I promise. Let's see. Just tweeting out some stuff about the show. Love to hear from you if you're listening on the archive. I know the archive listeners on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to send at RPGrinders your questions. We will most certainly answer them. If you have a complaint or whatever, we will address those as well. Very transparent on RPGrinders. Uh, Yeah, I'm not very happy. Didn't get any, treatment. Um, we'll talk more about it on the show, I guess. But you know, uh, just finishing up my tweet here. Okay. Yeah, if you're just joining, the show's RP Grinders. Uh, just uh, just waiting on Eric and Break to get here. We'll be talking my stuff. Let me take a quick look at the. I already looked at the synopsis of the show. Not a ton of gaming news, obviously, because of what's going on in the world of COVID slash. And I'm not afraid to say that shit. I know a lot of YouTubers and Twitch affiliates are freaked out about saying COVID or the coronavirus or whatever. Um, uh, you know, um, I don't know why they're so afraid to say. I know that there's been some demonetization shit going on, but RP Grinders has never relied on YouTube or Twitch or Podbean or whatever other outlet, iTunes to um, uh, monetize. But I've never been monetized, so everything is fully funded by the grinders. So I don't have a Patreon, so we are uh, fully independent, which is why I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna give Eric a call here right now. Eric, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Um, I'm just talking to uh, Black Cat in chat here.
Mm.
Um, let's see.
I need to put my reviews in.
Okay. Um, So we're just waiting on Breakman now. How's your week been so far, man? Are you still working or?
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
have a job.
Well, I mean, I guess that's good, Eric. I mean, I don't want you to get sick or anything. Hopefully, you're taking the proper precautions, not touching your face. I just told Bernie. Bernie's also, working right now in the middle of this fucking pandemic. I told her, um, you know, uh, I told her, just hang in there, don't touch her face, and which is going to be really difficult for her today. She attended a funeral via FaceTime today of one of her high school friends. It was really rough, and I feel really bad for Bernie, and um, uh, let's see. Okay, let me. I'm gonna get Matt in on the call just for now. He's having a hard time with Twitch. We'll get Black Cat in here, and um, let's see. Come on.
Hey, I'll mute.
Yep. Thanks. Black Cat's on the line. We haven't started the show, Black Cat, so you can stay on until we get.
Rolling. Okay.
Yeah, it's no problem. I haven't started the show yet. I'm just waiting on break. Black Cat's on the line with us. What's up, Black Cat? You feeling the pandemic like everybody else?
Yeah, man, I'm climbing the walls.
Yeah.
I've just had it. I've had it with the news. I've had it with the incompetence. I'm bummed, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean that's dude, I'm with you, man. I mean, I was talking to you a little bit before we got on the air. I'm looking at this bill here, which is ridiculous, and I'll explain it later after the news and stuff. But it's one of those things, man. It's just wow. I don't even know what to say. And I'm gonna rely on people out in the audience to tell me what they think as well, because I know what I think, and what I think was sent out in the mail. So I'll discuss it later. I don't want to spoil that little portion of the show, but
Yeah, they summed that little piece of mail summed it up nicely, didn't it?
oh, it sure did. But I summed up my feelings with my response in the form of a check. So I'll tell you all about that later on in the show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Just waiting on Breakman. If you're just joining, the show's RPGrinders. I'm on with Black Cat and Eric the Great. Black Cat is having trouble with Twitch, so I said he could eavesdrop on the call, which is always okay. If you're having trouble on Twitch or anything like that, I have no problem adding you to the call. Just make sure that you mute when the show starts. We've been doing this for a solid. What do you think, Eric? We've been doing this for 12 years. I can never keep it straight.
I think it's funny that there are better deals for games on the 3DS than there are on the Switch right now.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. I mean, Eric, how are you handling the pandemic, man? I know we're gonna get into it later, but how are you handling things, man? Is everything? Are you keeping sane with video games like most of us are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if anybody's else. We haven't started the show. If you're listening on the archives, we usually do a pre-show banter. Feel free to, if you're listening on Twitch or YouTube, I edit a little bit for, the actual show that you download on iTunes and stuff. So that's stuff that iTunes and every other outlet does not get. Twitch and YouTube get the full shebang. So especially Twitch. Twitch is where the chat. I have both the YouTube and Twitch chat open. I got a really good suggestion from Slagar, our good friend Slagar, who usually joins chat right about now. Where are you? Where are you, Slagar? You son of a bitch. But he said that we're coming up on 10,000 views on Twitch, which is really exciting. we haven't been on Twitch that long, so that's actually a really good sign. We get most of our views and listens on Twitch, so much appreciated there. But we've been doing this thing for a long time. How long have we been doing this, Eric? Like 12 years?
You have
Well, I know I have, but you've been doing it, what, 11? I think you're...
10.
Oh, 10. So it took you 2 years to join Grinders, Eric?
More like a
Year and a half. Yeah. I think, Eric, you started listening to us on, was it All Games you started listening to, or just in general? Did you just...
All games.
Yeah, it was All Games.
I only found out about you because someone was promoting it on the Infidel Guy chat room.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that was you or not.
Yeah, that was definitely... We definitely had the Infidel Guy on at one point in time, which was a ton of fun. He doesn't do anything anymore. I haven't heard from Infidel Guy in a long time, but he's a noted skeptic and an atheist, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, that's cool, man. I forgot about that. You told me that before, but with my memory being fucked because of Wyland says so Black Cat, apparently Twitch is acting up, so you're not alone. Thanks, Wyland. He's in chat. He's letting us know that Twitch is being a bitch today, which happens every great once in a while. I kind of expect these things. Breakman's in chat. He'll be here soon, so we'll start the show proper really soon. But everybody's going fucking stir crazy, including me. And I'm not even employed, and I'm going crazy. This is. I mean, it's one thing to like stay in your house and not being told to stay in your house. It's another thing to be told to stay in your house and everybody else being told to stay in your house. So when you go out, the streets are kind of barren. The stores aren't particularly full. There's no place to sit and eat. Like it is a mind fuck. And I just want everybody to know. That. You're not alone out there. I've got a lot of good friends on Twitter. One of them, I don't know his Twitter handle off of the top of my head. Well, let me look down. But he's always MJM Melee, I think, is the Twitter handle. But he's always tweeting out very inspirational things for people with mental illness and mental disabilities, and it's really, really hard on people with mental problems. And I'm not talking like people that are totally mental. You guys know what I mean by that. Like people that have depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And I just want you to know that, Grinders is always open at RPGrinders for questions. We're not psychotherapists. We're not going to be your therapist, but we're here to, give you a couple of hours of entertainment on Fridays and whenever you're listening. It wears down on people. I have a lot of anxiety and depression issues, or at least I did, and I've been there. I've done that. I've been through therapy galore, and there are very few outlets for people in this pandemic like that. But hopefully we can be a very small piece of people keeping sane, and hopefully we make you laugh a couple of times during the show. I know it's hard with Breakman, because Breakman is not funny at all. No, I say that in jest. We do the best we can. A lot of times it's real hard-hitting political discussions, but there are very real problems, and that's one thing about RPGrinders. We're not beholden to donors. We're not beholden to anybody, really. We've collectively, the three of us have funded this show through the years, and I don't give a fuck, and that's why you can always count on Grinders to be real. That's the one thing. Wyland says, I've done the whole stay-at-home thing for months before. Yes, Wyland, I hear you, man, but at least you were, I don't know if you were incapacitated, Wyland. I know you've had some health issues from time to time, but think about this, like somebody that's able-bodied to go out into the world is not easily You know, it's not. It's one thing to be um, quarantined, and it's another thing to be self quarantined. You know what I mean? So if I were to go to a restaurant now, you couldn't go, right? Because there's, no sitting down in a restaurant. You can order curbside to go. I mean, Bernie and I have been relegated to have, I mean, we usually do a date night, like once every 2 weeks, and sit down and kind of connect. We haven't been able to do that. We've been kind of going stir crazy with video games and movies and stuff like that, and sometimes you want to get out, and I know you can do walks and stuff like that, and that's all well and good, but sometimes it's okay to be around people. I bitch and complain about people all the time, but yeah, Wyland, I know that I know your particular situation wasn't the greatest, and I'm not talking those specific instances, but you had to have been going crazy, dude. I know you had to have. But now everybody's in that position, and it's it's not fun. It's not fun for people that suffer mentally and physically at all. One says, granted, once Combo Breaker came around, I said F this and went. Yeah, it's that's the thing, dude. Like I told Bernie, I was like, sometimes I feel like I really do have to get out of the house, and I do. I just leave, I get in my car, and I just fucking drive because fuck it. I mean, I know you're not supposed to, but what are you gonna do in the middle of a fucking pandemic, man? I mean, there's only so many movies you can watch. Here's another thing that's kind of a small piece of this puzzle. And if you're just joining, we have not started the show proper. I'm waiting for break to get in. So if you're waiting on that, then we will start the show as soon as Breakman kind of resets. He's having some computer issues and stuff like that. But I just want everybody to know that we're all in the same boat, and some of the feelings that we're having, and hopefully this can be a small distraction for you all. Hang on, I'm talking to hang on a second. Eric, talk about how you've been kind of handling things and what you've been doing. I know you've been working on some writing and stuff like that.
I've been playing Persona 5 Royal more than writing. I'll finally get back to that now that that's done. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, well, that's all I've really been doing, really, because it's such a long game.
Yeah.
Now I'm back on Yakuza 5 before I get in Final Fantasy 7.
I just ordered Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 because they were having a sale on Amazon. Yeah. Thanks, Wyland. I really appreciate that. Wyland, if you want to give people that, give people that. God damn it! What am I trying to say? That link for here and now. That would be greatly appreciated, Wyland. Sometimes I don't have time to. I'm running everything else on the show, plus talking, so I don't always have time to put in those links. But I would appreciate if you could put that in. But yes. So yeah, I know, Eric, you've been working on a lot of reviews, right? Did you get those submitted?
Not yet.
Okay. What are you working on? A preview of what?
I would have had today off, but because we normally get Good Friday off, but we worked till at least 1 today.
Yeah. So what are you working on? What pieces are you working on, Eric?
I still need to get Bubble Bobble for Friends done. And I played that for a bit so I can write about it. And I need to get the Persona 5 Royal review written.
Okay.
And after I get Yakuza 5 done, I'll have a review of all the remastered collection games.
That's awesome, man. I know you were working on that. I didn't know if you finished. You know what I finished, Derek? You're gonna be surprised, man. Call of Duty World War II, which I'll be talking about later in the show. I'm a sucker for World War II games, Eric. Like, my grandfather was in World War II. He was on the front lines at many
So when you mean
battles.
your grandfather, you mean yourself?
You shut
Right.
your mouth. You shut your whore mouth, Eric. You son of a bitch. No, he was there on D-Day, storming the beaches of Normandy. And man, I can't even. These games are not. I don't think are even doing it justice, and they're pretty horrific, man. Like if you just look at it as a whole, I know we're as a society very, very used to violence and gore and all kinds of stuff, but there's nothing that can kind of replace that feeling. But I gotta tell you, Eric, like I got that feeling during this game, like this real guttural, you know, just really, really sinking feeling when I was playing that game, man.
Do you see 1917?
I did, and I liked it. That was about World War One, and I think it was the British side of that they did, which is cool. So. Wyland says brakes problems are infecting Twitch. Yeah, that's why they call him Brakeman, man.
I think it's free on Canopy, and Canopy's like, if you don't know, it's basically an aggregate streaming service for libraries. Some libraries have digital services.
Yeah.
And they're free during the whole shitfest that we're going through right now.
Yeah, which is nice, man. And you know what? We need more of that. I know Comcast was ever so gracious to give us free unlimited data, I guess.
But they could always give you unlimited data. They just want no milk and time, people.
Oh, of course. Which is a whole different bitch that we could talk about.
So after the outbreak ends and people could go back to somewhat normal life again, hopefully they just won't rescind that. And people demand they keep it that way.
Yeah, Black Cat said that was a good movie, Eric. 1917. I liked it. I saw it. I rented it from the Redbox, and it was really good, man. I mean, it. I don't think it was like Oscar worthy or anything. I mean, people are talking about like it's like super Oscar worthy. But it was good. I enjoyed it. And the direction of it, was excellent. That I might give a nod to an Oscar, but I liked it. But it wasn't like watching something like Schindler's List, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see. I gotta type in all this shit, man. Slagar. I wonder if Slagar's still around, because I want to talk to Slagar in particular. Slagar inspired me to do something. He alerted me to the fact that we're coming up on 10,000 views on Twitch, which is a small milestone, but it's a milestone nonetheless. I will be giving away a $10 gift card once we hit that $10 or $15 gift card. Once we hit that milestone on RPGrinders, so you got to be in chat, in the Twitch chat or the YouTube. But everybody joins the Twitch chat, so I'm gonna say that's probably gonna be your best bet. Join the Twitch chat, and I will be giving away that once we hit 10,000 views on Twitch, which will be kind of a small, really cool milestone. Wyland says, I need to put my order in for MK Legends Scorpion's Revenge Steelbook and hope it doesn't get mangled in the mail. There's always that hope, Wyland, but I have a feeling a lot of shit is going to get damaged during this pandemic, because those workers are working overtime, man, and they're getting overworked. So it's going to be chuck this and chuck that. You just got to hope that the packaging is good. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Send it FedEx. You didn't want it mangled, yeah. I think chat's working for me here, but not video. What about audio? He said, Slagar says, I think chat's working for me here, but not video. Thanks, Wyland. I really appreciate that. Ooh. Try that. Shit. Try that link.
I saw an image on Facebook that someone posted about how they I guess they had too much time on their hands because they made a cardboard cutout of a gull and put it over a hand sanitizer dispenser, so it looks like it's shitting.
People are, there's been quite a few creative people out there trying to keep people entertained. I've gotten endless entertainment from Twitter, man. I saw anything from like curses on people taking too much toilet paper to different types of toilet paper, what people use in lieu of toilet paper, a bunch of memes, and so it's really, really fun. Black Cat says a friend of mine built a really intricate cat fort out of cardboard. Yeah, that's that. I mean stuff like that. It's like.
Excuse me, I need a tissue box.
Yeah, get a tissue and come back, and we'll start the show. We'll get break on in here after. We don't have a ton of news, so we'll get the news done for break, and then we'll get started with the show. I mean, we're gonna get started regardless. Hopefully, break will be able to join soon. I think he's having a bunch of Skype issues and computer issues and all that, stuff. So. Lots to talk about today. Let's see. I'm trying to get everybody in chat situated. Let's see. Hopefully that link works for you, Slagar. I can't keep up too much with chat because I got too much other shit going on. But today on the show, we're going to be doing a little bit of news. Obviously not a ton because of the global pandemic. We got a couple of homie discounts. Actually, one really good homie discount that we'll re-go over. I think that's still in effect. I don't know if Breakman has anything. I think he might have one or two questions. I don't know. What we've been playing, I've got a review for Call of Duty World War II, which you guys will find fairly interesting, I hope.
Is your video still not working?
What? I think it's a Twitch problem. I can stop the stream. Actually, everybody in chat, stay in chat. I'm going to stop the stream. I'll restart. Maybe that'll help us out. So, bear with us if you're listening. I'm going to stop the stream. I will restart it, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully the video portion is working a little bit better now. I don't know what's going on. But basically on the show today, the show's RPGrinders. We haven't started the show yet. We're just waiting on Break and Eric and all that stuff. But we've got a little bit of news, a homie discount or two. I'll be talking about Call of Duty World War II. Eric has a review of a couple of movies.
I have two.
Yeah, I said a couple. I definitely have a Stinko.
If you have a review, it's only one. So
I do.
Proper English.
I said you have a couple of reviews, Eric. I don't know how clear that can get. Let's see. Oh no, I said you have a couple of movies to review. So Eric will have a couple of movies.
I missed that. You must have cut out.
Eric will have a couple of movies to review. We got Stinkos today. I have a couple of Stinkos. Yeah. Let's see. Slagar, let me know in chat if you can hear me. Okay. Looks like everything's working now, which is cool. Right on. Let's see. Slagar, apparently the normal link is working. So if you're listening, please join because you inspired me to do something which I will talk about at the beginning of the show. Let's see. I got a kind of a nifty Sweeto for everybody, and I didn't think I I'll talk about it when I get there. But anyways, and also we'll be talking in our free for all about what everybody's been doing on their time during this pandemic, because I think everybody's getting a little stir crazy, and it's just one of those things. Let's see. Gonna see if we can get Break on here. If you're just joining the show's RP Grinders, I'm your host, Frank Branches. I'm on with Eric the Great. We're waiting on Break. Hopefully he'll be able to join here soon. But right after the show, I will be doing a GDP. So about a half an hour after the show ends, after I get the show edited and posted, I will be doing a live all request GDP, so you can request your favorite songs. No theme for tonight. Let's see here. Break wants me to call him. So okay, Break, give me a second here, dude. Sorry, I've got 50 million things going on. I'm trying to get Break on here. You're offline, Break. If you can hear me, you're offline. So I can try to add you, but let me try again. Eric, Eric and Black Cat, I'm gonna hang up. I'll get you guys back on. I'm gonna close out of my Skype and back into it because maybe the problem's on my end. But I'm gonna hang up on you guys. I'll call you right back. Okay, guys. Sorry for the delay if you're listening on YouTube and on Twitch. Oops. I'm just having one of those days, guys and gals. Sorry. Okay, hang tight. Hang tight, Break. Hang tight. Trying to get the show started. We're having all kinds of issues. Apparently Twitch was being a bitch. So, let's see. Let's call... Okay, cool. Break, I got you. No, I mean, Eric, I got you. And I believe Black Cat. Even though Black Cat's going to be silent, he was having some Twitch issues. So we'll keep you on, Black Cat. No worries there. Let me try to get... okay, Black Cat. I'll go ahead and hang up on you then, Black. Let me try to add Break. I really don't know what's going on here. Let's try to add Break. I don't know what's going on. Gee, Mini. what a train wreck of a show today, man. I'm telling you. Break, do we have you?
Maybe.
Yeah, we have you. Cool, man. Lots of issues with Twitch and Skype, and it's not showing you're online, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but luckily we got you.
Okay,
so.
that's weird. I'm sitting here online waiting, just like.
I know. I was like, is he ever gonna get online? And I was like, shit. I saw you in chat, but glad you're here, man. We haven't started the show. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, guys. It's just been one of those days, One of those days. You know that Chick song. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, guys. Here we go. And welcome, everybody, to RP Grinders, episode 586. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. How are you guys doing? I'm going stir crazy, just to let you guys know. How about you, Break?
Apparently, because you asked us how we're doing and immediately answered for us.
I had to, because you guys...
Frank end up being John from Shining.
You mean what's his name? Is it?
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Yeah, it's not
Jack.
John. It's Jack.
Yeah.
Like Jack Nicholson. How weird, huh? Okay, hopefully everybody can hear us now. We were having all kinds of difficulties, but we're now on the air. Hopefully everything is good. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. You know, all that good fun stuff. How about you,
That
Blake?
our prank's gonna end up like William Dafoe, and I'll only be able to say Funko.
I like those Defoe memes from Lighthouse, man. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but it's
Oh yeah, I think that's on Amazon Prime Video for like the HD version's $1.
it's well worth it, man. I mean, it's shot in not even letterbox. It's like shot like old school movies, but it's really good, man. Lighthouse is an excellent movie. I highly recommend for anybody that hasn't seen that. Let me get. I want to talk to everybody about a little something that I've got brewing. We're coming up. This was brought to my attention.
Something.
Hold on. This was brought. Yeah, you would like a little something, wouldn't you, Breakman? It was brought to my attention by Slagar that we're coming up on 10,000 views on Twitch, which is a small little milestone, but I think it's a milestone.
Oh yeah, I have a third movie. I forgot. Let me put it
Eric,
in.
let me finish. Just
Sorry.
do it, dude. You don't have to tell us. I just lost my train of thought, man. What was I talking about, Break?
Sorry.
Fuck it. Must not have been important.
I'm sorry, I muted myself to laugh. You were talking about 10,000 viewers.
Yeah, 10,000 views. Slagar brought that to our attention. Once we hit that milestone, I'll be giving away a $15 gift card to your, business of choice, whether it's a video game or Walmart or whatever. So I'll be doing that. There's going to be lots of fun stuff this year, hopefully, after all this, virus shit goes away. But that'll be that. So, and also, if you're listening...
Well, I have two questions then.
Yes.
Well, if you're done with your announcement, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
I thought you were ending it. Okay. Two questions. First, does Pornhub have gift certificates? And second, am I eligible?
I think they're just letting you stream their premium content for free.
Well, that's good. That's actually really good. The answer is I don't know to the first part, Break, but I'm assuming so. I'm assuming they have like gift subscriptions. So if you want a $15 gift subscription to Pornhub, more than welcome. The other thing is, I guess my answer to your second question, Break, is no. Hosts are not eligible. So hopefully that
well, I got a sad news because today's my last episode.
Well, why don't you wait till I give it away and then you can quit, Break? You know what I'm saying? Like be smart.
Well, you said I'm not eligible. I have to quit that.
Well, you're not eligible for that, but you're eligible to be this host for as long as you want to be host, Break. So there you go. Okay, lots to talk about this week. So why don't we get started with the news? RPG news. All right, Eric, get us started.
You've got only a handful of news today, but two of them are delays. But I might as well just do both of them.
Okay.
But Hellpoint has been delayed to quarter 2 2020. I guess it was supposed to come out on April 16th, but now it's gonna probably come out sometime in the summer.
Okay. All right. So what's the next bit of delay news?
Next bit of news is that a game called an MMO RPG called New World has also been delayed to August 25th.
Okay. We
How
knew.
many MMOs are they gonna make?
I don't know, man. But this is Amazon Studios' first
I
like
don't think
real.
like there's enough gamers out there to make these MMOs like really big time. Like wow, I mean, WoW took up all the
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I actually think
yeah.
this is actually the perfect time to come out with a new MMORPG or something like that.
Yeah, I
Breakman,
mean, right now would be absolutely,
that's why I'm kind
but
of
I just mean
curious.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
I just meant like we've got like PSOs coming out. The DC one is out. There's another one that just came out, and just yeah, perfect time right now, as Black Cat says. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it would have been nice for a lot of these people to, what we're going to be talking about this pandemic later, but let me give you a quick like kind of thing that's really bothering me right now, like movies, man, like horror movies right now are non-existent. Like there are no new horror movies coming out, and I'm like, if you got movies,
Are they just gonna put the Quiet Place 2 on streaming?
no, they're going to release it in the theater later this year, which is a smart move because that movie was set to make a shit ton of money. But I'm talking about movies that come out.
I'm really over always having to go to a movie theater to see a new release. I'm perfectly happy watching a movie in the comfort of my home.
I like what
release just direct the video. Just do it.
No, I like it, but I also
Crap.
like the experience of
I
a
know
movie
it's never
theater.
gonna happen because the people who own movie theaters would never let that happen.
No, I understand.
AMC's,
But they're
AMC's set to close because of their bad credit scores. You think you're still gonna charge them credit even though they can't operate? Fucking capitalism.
Yeah. No, here's the thing though, guys. Like, I do like going to movie theaters, and it's something that we'll talk about during our pandemic talk later on in the show. But Breakman, let's go to the next. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a GDP tonight, Grinder Dance Party, all requests. So about a half an hour after this show ends, I will have it on Twitch exclusively because YouTube will fucking destroy my channel if I do it on YouTube. So it'll be on Twitch, so just look for that after the show. So, all right, break. Next story, please.
And Wyland says in chat, what theaters are all going under? Well, I mean now because of the pandemic, but I mean beforehand, and once this pandemic is over, all these big theater owners are just going to go get government handouts to just run. Like there's no problem.
Oh, they're already doing that. I mean, they're not only, like Wyland says, the local chain filed for bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. AMC chain looks like it won't survive. That's the thing. They will file for
Donald Trump filed for bankruptcy. What, 5-6 times?
Yep. That's the thing. They'll file for bankruptcy.
Like, bankruptcy is nothing. I know companies who have filed for bankruptcy and have returned.
Yes. So
I used to work for one.
And when you file Chapter 11, it's for protection so that you don't go under.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. They're gonna file for bankruptcy. Wyland's right, but then they'll get the handout because socialism for the rich is acceptable in this country, but socialism for the working people in this country is not acceptable for some dumb reason. But we'll talk about more about it.
Because the rich and powerful have convinced the voting sheep that. They're doing the good for them, and we should just listen to those people in charge.
Yeah.
Because they're taking care of us.
Yeah. Black Cat says movie theaters in my area are all closed. The same here in Denver. He said he looked to go earlier this week. Apple filed for Chapter 11 in the late 90s and bounced back. That's true. Wyland says, honestly, I want AMC to survive and buy out our chain. I hate AMC. I like Harkins. Harkins is really, really good, man. They do theaters.
Cinemark will probably buy AMC.
Yeah.
I like Cinemark.
Yeah.
I've gotten quite fond of Cinemark as a movie theater. I don't want to have to spend like $15 to go see a new movie and then not be able to drink beer or not be able to pause it if I gotta take a piss,
Yeah, I understand.
Or it'll be funny if Alamo buys AMC and all the theaters become Alamo and you can drink beer in there.
That would be cool. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Well, I mean, you can drink beer at Cinemark, but they don't if once you've drank one beer, you gotta go get another one. You gotta go back to the stand.
Really? Because
you're missing part of the movie.
I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something because they do sell alcohol drinks in the concession, but I don't see I don't see beer that you can just pick from. It's just whatever they have.
Yeah, no, look. There's validity to this, but we'll discuss it in our free for all today. But let's move on. Break. Next story, please.
Oh shit, we're still doing the news. Coming to us live from Silicon Era. Clannad Switch limited run games pre-orders open April 14th, 2020. I do not know what I just said.
It's Clannad, by the way.
Clannad. Clamato. That's what it is. Clamato.
You say Clannado, I say Clannad. One of Key's more well-known and loved visual novels is going to get another bit of special treatment outside of Japan. People who want the Nintendo Switch version will soon have more options. Pre-orders for a Clannad Switch limited run games release are about to open on April 14th, so in 4 days. Both standard and collector's editions will be available to pre-order on Jesus Christ. Both standard and collector's editions will be available to order until May 26, 2020.
Yeah. Black Cat says Harkins rocks. They're reasonable. When I lived in Arizona, I always went to Harkins. Yes, Harkins did start.
I've never heard of Harkins.
Harkins started in Arizona, but they branched out a little bit. They're in Colorado now, and I love their theaters, man. They're very comfortable. Definitely reasonably
It's kind of
priced.
funny, though, because, like, when AMC bought the theater in Ashtabula, the closest one to me, it basically remained the same. It just slapped the AMC name all over the place.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story from Silicon Era. Giraffe and Annika.
Hold on, Slayer says Clamato is next to the taint.
How dare you, Slago? I like Clamato, man. Clamato with beer, man. I like it. Giraffe and Annika Switch and PS4 versions heading west in August 2020. So yeah, August 25th, 2020, Europe, August 28th, Australia, September 4th. So all within like a week or two of each other. In addition to NIS America acting as a publisher to get the digital Giraffe and Annika Switch and PS4 copies out there, it also is ensuring the indie gets physical copies. Both versions will get a Musical Mayhem edition. This NIS Online Store Collector's Edition gives people the game, a set of 3 patches, Annika's Adventure Log art book, and a Songs of...
You mean like patches you can put on a shirt. That's what they meant.
Yes, and Songs of
Seriously?
Spica soundtrack CD. That's kind of racist, but anyways. There's also a new trailer to celebrate the upcoming console release for Giraffe and Annika. It helps set up the story. We talked about this game before a little
I'm
bit.
sure
fucking
like
Girl
whatever
Scouts
Spica
or
means,
what?
it doesn't mean what you think it means.
I know, man. I'm just messing with the audience there.
Is these like pieces of flair? I mean, what the fuck? This...
It's an iron-on patch for your 80s heavy
Yeah,
metal.
so what do you gotta do?
that
Like
reminds
sell
me of,
workout cookies to get it or
That
something?
reminds me of Office Space, like the extra flare system.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
You're
No, it's like that heavy metal, like short sleeve jean jacket that you wore to concerts, break band. That's what you're gonna put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I did not wear one of those to a concert, but okay.
You're goddamn right,
I-
man.
I
mean,
think you're letting us know something about you that
I've never.
disturbing, but okay.
I can tell you honestly, I don't think I've ever owned a jean jacket, man. So that answers your
I
question.
think I probably have at some point.
Oh, there you go. So
Because they're cheap.
you're the real closet jean
Actually, I
jacket
should
guy.
say they're cheap. I've got a lot of hand-me-downs as a poor person. But anyway,
Yeah.
other people's clothes.
Same here, dude. Same here. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
We've got from Silicon Era, the last part of Higurashi hit Steam with Higurashi When They Cry Ho. What's it called here? Matsuri Bashi.
Yeah. So when is it hitting?
May 14th, and like the others, it'll be just under $8.
Okay.
And it's part 8 out of this whole series, and it'll finally answer all the questions you've been having, because the game is a mind fuck.
Yeah. I
It's
like
a whole
games.
other-
Really, I've got
by
a
the way.
lot of questions.
What-
Well, let's see here. Where should I begin? Oh man, there's so many questions. Like, well, Frank, what kind of questions do you have? There's so many questions. I can't think of one right now. Like,
You're overloaded with questions. You can't even ask one right now, huh? How many parts? How many parts is this game, Eric?
8.
8 parts. Okay, and you had to pay $8 a
The
piece.
first 4 parts were about were called the question arc, and that's where all the crazy stuff happens. And then the last 4 parts are about answering those scenarios, questions.
Okay. All right.
And each episode is a self-contained story. There is some continuity between them, but it's usually just it's kind of like in a visual novel where you go do a route and then you go do a different route.
Yeah. All right. Sounds episodic and kind of cool, like an anthology sort of. So, all right. Something to look forward to. Are you looking forward to this, Eric?
Yeah. I need to actually get episode 5 done and then ask for code for 6 through and 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And I still need to play a really great visual novel, which is a sequel to this called Umineko.
Oh, okay. So this is like an
It's a
ongoing
different story altogether, but it's
kind of an
within the same
ongoing
series.
interconnected series is what you're saying then, Eric. That's kind of a cool concept. I like that. It's really good. So if I wish they would collect all these together and put them in like a game proper, and charge me like, I don't know, $30.
No, I'm wondering when or if the Switch and PS4 versions will be localized.
It's also a good question, Eric. Good question. All right, anything else on that, Eric?
No.
All right, break. You get the honor of the last story.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era and from Ginny again, because apparently she's the only one who writes for them anymore.
Yeah, I know.
The HTOL #NIQ
Hotel Neek.
Hotel Neek.
Yeah, that. Sure, whatever. The Firefly Diary iOS. I don't do Leet Speak or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I agree.
Android ports haven't launched. iOS and Android ports.
It's like, that show Numbers, or as I like to call it, Num3Rs, because that's what it
And
looks
Break,
like
you
to
can
me.
play this game now on your phone.
Yeah, like they did that with Driver 3 too.
Yeah, it's like I don't do that, man. Like whatever, It's so stupid. How much is this gonna set us back?
Yeah, that game was broken as fuck too. I remember we got that game. It was when I was around the store. We opened it up, put it in. We were all just laughing at how fucking bad it was. Like there were so many just broken elements to the game. It was hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, this game has arrived. Launches for. I'm skipping ahead then. It's set in a futuristic and dystopian world. A young girl named Mion has no memories and an odd pair of horns growing out of her head. Well, how does she know her name if she has no memories, huh?
Well, I think she saw it on a plaque somewhere.
She had her "My name is Mion" tag on, right?
Hi, my name's Mion.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm Mion. Okay. She's also in the depths of a. Maybe she looked at in the mirror and her name is actually Noam.
Yeah.
Noam.
Yeah. Noem, it was her name, but she called it Mion because she saw it in the mirror. Exactly. There you go.
She's also in the depths of a dangerous world filled with hazards, enemies, and traps. Fortunately, she isn't alone. The players control Lumen and Umbra, 2 fireflies. Lumen is a light one that guides her safely through the world. Umbra is one that can act in darkness and shadows to influence the actual world. Your girls
Basically, the game's limbo.
Yeah.
Well, too bad they don't speak English, but whatever. Proud of it.
That's racist,
Tell her more than
man.
her damn name. However, the price differs between them. It is $17.99 on the Android and $15.99 on the iOS.
I wonder why the difference in price. That's kind of weird.
They probably have to pay a slightly higher licensing fee on the platform.
Maybe, but that's weird because usually iTunes is the one to charge more. But whatever. Okay, so
as a reminder, Hotel Unique, or what the fuck ever it is, the Firefly Diary is the first of the NIS Masayuki Furuya games. These are the subtle puzzle games that tend to have. That's why I read that story, by the way, Frank. I read the rest of the story.
Nice.
I thought you'd enjoy that. And have mature themes or situations where players are helping to guide or care for an in-game character. Others like it include a Rose in the Twilight, and the Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Oh shit, that must suck. They go this way. Ah, oh shit, you fell in the hole. I didn't see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Lying Princess. The upcoming roguelike Void, whatever the fuck that's called.
The Lying Princess is actually a wolf.
You know why I didn't laugh or mention anything, Break? Because you actually got. I was going to compliment you, man. You got through that Japanese name quite well there, man. That was really good. So, you're getting better, man. It takes practice makes perfect. Eric, this homie discount, is this still available?
Yeah, but it's gotten up in price. It's about $37 instead of $34.
Okay, well, homie discount this week. There's a link which just go to cdkeys.com, and PlayStation Network 1 year plus membership is only $37. So that's actually really good. Dungeon Busters in chat. Holy fucking A, man.
And we now know where he's been. He's been hiding in a bunker. He didn't know that people survived. There's still survivors out here.
Yeah, exactly. God damn, man. Dungeon, we've been missing you big time, dude. I think we mentioned you like every time you weren't here, Dungeon. We were trying to...
I wasn't stalking you.
Yeah, not at all. We weren't shaming you at all on previous iterations of the past, 4 grinders. We weren't shaming you at all. Saying that you were playing Doom Eternal in your bunker and shit like that. You know what I mean? So there you go. Gonna do a GDP. I don't know if you're interested, Dungeon, but I'm gonna do a GDP about half an hour after this show ends. So. All right, so we did homie discount. So that's a really good homie discount, $37 for PlayStation Plus. Get it while you can, because they are getting really stingy with their discounts on PlayStation Plus. So there you go. And they still got the $1 Game Pass thing going on the Xbox too. So, take advantage of that while
I already
you can.
did that, though. So
yeah, I know. If you already did that, you can't do it again. But
I did it for Gears.
Yeah.
I should have done it for Ori, but I'm probably just gonna buy Ori at some point.
Break, should I play your music or nah?
No.
Oh, darn it. If you have a question for Breakman, send it to @RPGrinders. Make sure they're the weirdest, most odd sexual question that you can ever, or anything else in general, because, Breakman's an infinite...
doesn't always have to be about sex. I mean, I'm trying to save their lives. It could be about nudity or something like that.
Break, what if a gimp with 100 dildos walks into your room? You want to save their life, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's what I'm saying. We can do both. Yep. We can save people's life and give them sex advice.
Yep.
So there you go.
I got a lot of advice for that guy. So first off, I need to know how tall he is and how many he has.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's for a different day for sure. Break,
okay. Sorry.
But I'm just saying, dude. Just scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be prepared for anything and everything. So if you have a question for the show, it could be anything. Just send it to @RPGrinders and #DearBreakman. So there you go. All right, let's move on to...
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Breakman.
I can't complain because we've had Dear Breakman a few weeks in a row, so I guess it's okay to have 1 week without it. But,
I guess, man. Poor Breakman.
Just 1 week.
I just hate your dejection when you don't have any questions, man. It's like the worst feeling, So,
exactly.
Wyland says, I don't think I should ask advice from a man that incurred the wrath of Kevin Bacon.
I know. I think that's why we started late tonight. I really think it was the curse of Kevin Bacon. I tried begging for forgiveness, but that didn't seem to work. So
well, it didn't help.
I don't know what I need to do to appease the man.
It didn't help that you called him Kevin Ham before the show started, Break. So, I if I was you, I'd do like 20 Hail Bacons after the show, and maybe that'll work, All right, man. What have you been playing, Break?
Only Final Fantasy 15. I mean, really.
Yeah. Did you get any further?
I am in the 5th chapter, and I'm trying to do everything I can before I go into the next section.
Yeah.
Of the game, because I'm right at the end of that chapter.
Well, that's good,
so
man.
I'm back trying to find the if there's any more weapons I'm missing or stuff like that.
Did a little more grinding, stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
That's why it
Wyland-
takes me forever. I've got over 100 hours in that game.
Wow, Wyland's been playing Maximo on the PS2. I love that game, Wyland.
It's so hard.
Are you playing the PS4 version?
No, I think he's playing it on the PS2. But here's the thing, like I agree with you, Breakman. That game is so fucking hard. I used like
Oh,
a
wait,
cheat.
I don't think there is. PS4.
I used one of those Game Shark things, and I broke the fucking game because like it made like
It's too hard.
it made one of the bosses like invincible, so I couldn't get anywhere. So I was like, fuck this game, and I just
I
quit.
don't know. I cheesed my way through with a Game Shark, and I didn't have that problem. So you used the wrong code.
I probably used the wrong code. Dungeon says he's finally playing Trails of Cold Steel and really liking it. I know Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, but Trails is it really is, Dungeon. I would recommend playing Trails over Final Fantasy
Play
VII
Sky
Remake.
after this.
Yeah, play Sky, man. Yeah, Wyland says it
Then you
is
can
hard.
then you can go to Cold Steel 2.
I still remember the ad they have for it, a guy jumping in a park with his boxers with his sword. I remember that too, Dungeon. That was weird. But all right.
It was a fun game, but it was like, I'd get up to the third stage, and that's as far as I could get.
Yeah, it was really difficult, for sure.
God damn, I'm playing
If
an
you ask
NES
me, those
game
games
all
are
over again.
bullshit. Fuck those games.
Yeah, they're really hard. Eric,
No, they're not hard. They're just bullshit.
yeah, Eric,
Yeah, it was modeled after like Ghosts and Goblins, so there was a lot of like random enemies and shit.
In the junk because it makes you go, why did I even waste my time?
yeah, exactly. All right, Eric, what are you playing?
Did it thank you for playing?
No.
Thanks for playing.
I think it was supposed to be a sequel hook, but it sold poorly, so there was no sequel.
If they really wanted to thank me for playing, they would show me a nude picture of like Angelina
don't ever
Jolie
make
or
sequel
something at
hooks
the
if you
end.
don't have a sequel already lined up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, too many like movie makers, television series, and video games have ended with cliffhangers. Like,
Yeah, I know. You know, if they really wanted to thank me for playing, they'd have pictures of hot nude chicks. Like they'd say, "Thanks for playing," and show me a picture of a hot nude chick, or like do a random because you want to include chicks too. You know, just have nude dudes, and there you go.
Eric does not want to hear it.
I know Eric's like, "Fucking, this is ridiculous." Wyland says I'm more than halfway. There's a sequel to Maximo. I believe there is. I do remember there being a sequel. That's really weird.
Ghost of Glory, and the other one was like the Army of Zin or
Oh
something.
yeah, that's right. I had all those games, but I never beat any of them.
That's what I'm talking about. The ending of that one is basically a sequel hook that doesn't pay off because it didn't sell well.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what you been playing?
More Persona 5. I've finished Royal, so now I've got to write about it. Other than that, I played 7 Scarlet, and since I finished Persona 5, I've gone back to Yakuza 5. And I'm trying to get through that tomorrow, because I didn't have much time to do it today.
Freak5 says, I just logged on and Frank is talking about seeing hot nude dudes. No, I'm talking about like Break was talking about, usually there were messages on certain games that said, thanks for playing, like if you like put a quarter in and lost or something, but I was saying.
Just play FF7 all weekend because
or like games
it's
like
the weekend.
Karnoff when you beat it and all you get's thank you for playing, the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want pictures.
What did I do this for then? Yeah. Aww.
No, I want pictures
can
of
can we get a Karnoff porn parody movie?
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Commander Root's in chat. What's up, Commander Root? No, I'm talking like if you beat a game, like pictures of nude chicks, or like to include the women, because you got to include the women, pictures of nude dudes too, I guess. I don't know. Like, do both. That would be cool. All right. I played this game called Close to the Sun, which I got in that 4 for $20 deal. The last purchase from GameStop I'll ever do. Eric, did you get Lock's Quest yet? In the mail? Okay, cool. I was just making sure you got it. That was another game I got. And I also played Call of Duty World War II, which I'll be doing a review for here in just a minute. And MPQ. So that's what I've been playing. So speaking of reviews,
RPGrinders reviews.
All right. I got a review of Call of Duty World War II. I beat that this week, and I don't normally play first-person shooters, but I'm not a huge World War II buff, but I do like things related to World War II because my grandfather was in World War II. So I did play this game, and I liked it. The story was kind of bunk. But I do like the kind of gritty realism that they were going after with it, from the front lines, storming the beaches of Normandy during D-Day and getting in the bunkers and having to clear out bunkers of Nazis and shit like that. So I overall, it's a really good, fun game. Way too short. I know that's what Call of Duty has evolved to, just, multiplayer. But it was a significant campaign. I think I spent maybe 4 or 5 hours in the main campaign, which is, like I said, a little too short, but worth $5 for me. I got to see, but I will say it did, it's pretty gritty and pretty worthwhile to just, have the adrenaline rush / excitement / I don't know who the fuck is calling me right now kind of feeling, but sorry guys, my phone.
Hey, Freak, I already did that joke before we started.
What?
About you being in World War II.
Oh, how dare you. Frank secretly
instead of your grandfather, you're just using grandfather as a shorthand.
Yeah, exactly. Dungeons invented the tank in World War I. It's a fun game. It's just, like I said, way too short, and I don't think it did anything different than any other game. You could tell the Infinity Ward kind of influence on the game, but it's fine for what it is. It's a standard first-person shooter set in World War II, which
Who the hell makes these games now?
I can't remember the company, but I did notice it wasn't Infinity Ward. It was like Rainbow or some stupid shit. I don't know, Eric, but I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Like, just standard first-person shooter type shit, Call of Duty, nonsense, but whatever. All right, Eric, you're up. You have a few reviews.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. Which one do you want first? Do you want Jumanji: The Next Level, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, or Violet Evergarden, Eternity in Memory Doll, along with Season 1 and the OVA?
Do that one. Do that one first, the Violet Evergarden.
So, to talk about the movie, I'm going to just talk about the series first. But Violet Evergarden is the show about the particular character who was found in a battlefield on some fictional, I'm going to say, post-industrial revolution era, because they've got tanks and trains. And someone guess say somewhere in between the early 1900s and World War One, maybe that kind of era.
Yeah.
But anyways, she was a child that was found by a commanding officer of the army of this country, and he took her in, raised her as a living weapon, because apparently that's all the Sheik should really do. She wasn't much of a person at that point, because I guess she was so traumatized by war. But she ends up not performing to his expectations, and he couldn't really use her for anything, so he offloaded her onto his brother, who then slowly taught her how to be human. And on their last mission, she got really hurt and lost both of her arms, and her commanding officer went missing. Supposedly he's dead, but they leave it up in the air as to whether or not he's actually dead, or if he's just somewhere that they can't find him. Because they couldn't find a body when they went back to the site where he was supposedly caught up in an explosion. But that could just mean that the body got vaporized, though. But anyways, one of the soldiers that was under his command ends up taking Violet to back to the country, and gives her work after she gets some new prosthetic arms. And she works as what's known as Auto Memory Doll, which is basically a stenographer and a writer of letters, because during this time period, lots of people still don't know how to read and write, so they have other people do it for them. But these dolls in particular are women. I mean, they have male letter writers, but most of the ones people request are women because they like seeing a pretty face, I guess. I don't know. There's no real explanation for it. It's just something you have to accept. But anyways, she really sucks at first because she does not know how to communicate with people all that well. Still, I mean, she's just barely functioning at this point. But it's a really heartfelt series, and the first season covers the entire manga. So there's going to be a second season. So they're going to be creating their own story from here on out. And they've done an OVA video, which is basically a mini movie. It was like 40 minutes, so it's basically the length of 2 episodes. And I went and saw the movie because I wanted to see it in theaters, but it wasn't playing anywhere near here, and it happened shortly before the virus outbreak hit. But now it's on Netflix, so I watched that. And it does feel like a string of episodes put together, like the OVA, but it's longer, and there's more room for character development. It's about it. Let's see. It's almost 2 stories in one, because the first half is about the setup for the second half, and it involves one character and Violet, and then it just cuts from that story to the story about the other character that this one other character was related to, and one of her co-workers instead. So it was kind of interesting seeing another character's perspective. I'm going to give the movie a 9.
Okay, that's really good, man.
And check out the series beforehand.
Okay, what do you give the series?
And the series is also on Netflix, along with the OVA. I think the OVA is just called Violet Evergarden Gaiden.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm going to give the series a 9.5.
Wow, even better.
The OVA, I'm going to give that an 8.5. It's not bad, but it's also, I can't exactly place where it's supposed to take place in the series. I feel like it might actually be disconnected.
Okay, all right.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie is the little girl Taylor. Her voice actor is a voice actress I've heard a lot, and I've never liked that. The voice actress, this portrayal of young children, it doesn't sound great at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I feel about Aaron Fitzgerald doing a energetic girl. It's like, no, you sound way too nasally.
Yeah.
But
okay.
As for the next movie, do you want A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood or Jumanji?
Do Jumanji, man.
Jumanji: The Next Level is, of course, the sequel to Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. And it expects you to have seen that movie because it involves characters from that movie. But the rub here is that Spencer, one of the main characters from the last movie, is living with his mom and his grandfather, who's moved in because he's had trouble with his health lately.
Yeah.
And needs to be looked after. But his old friend that he had a falling out with like 15 years ago, decided to walk in one day, and they get caught up in the new Jumanji because apparently Spencer took the destroyed Jumanji machine that they destroyed at the end of the previous film and kept it for some unknown reason, and it activates, and they all get sucked in. And now you've got some of the old cast trying to have to explain to the new members, who are old people who haven't played video games,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a lot of fish out of water stuff. But it's mostly a rehash of the previous movie, but there are some new jokes like gaming commentary on like slight improvements or just adjustments in general to games.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a video game related movie. So yeah, I mean,
I'm giving this a 7,
okay, fair enough. I mean, that's
and there's definitely gonna be a sequel to it too.
yeah, of course, man. It's a money making machine, man. The first one did really well. Anything that
Did you ever watch Zathra? I never did.
which one? Zathura?
Zathra. I don't even know if it's streaming anywhere.
I
think it might be in Crackle, but I'm not sure.
I
about
vaguely remembered watching that movie. I remember not caring too much for it, Eric. You know, it's kind of vague, man. So kind of faded into oblivion. All right, what's your last review, Eric?
that. I'll say this before I move on, but Danny DeVito and Danny Glover were cool.
Yeah, that's probably the reason to watch that movie, man. It's kind of I figured it'd be a rehash of the last one, but I liked the first one. Okay, you know, it was fine for what it was. All right, what else you got, Eric?
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is not a biopic. It might be based on real events, but it doesn't present itself as a biopic because it's not a biography of Fred Rogers' life anyway. It's about the person who interviewed him, who's a journalist, and it's about their story and the problems that they were going through. And through this interview, he learns to reconnect with his dad that he had a falling out with, like, back when he was a kid. And basically his mom got sick and abandoned them.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of a twist. I thought it was.
And then it's weirdly... I thought the movie was going to take an even different turn in the very beginning because I thought it was going to be more like let's do a Mr. Rogers episode, but for adults. I thought I was going to do that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
So it's not about Mr. Rogers, or really?
Well, it is and it isn't because you learn about his character through Tom Hanks' performance.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's not a story about him
That
specifically.
feels like a bait and switch to
I
me, 'cause I
know.
thought the movie was about Fred
See,
Rogers.
I
Like,
was-
that's what I'd want to go see.
I
was
know,
find
me
out about-
too. Fred Rogers was probably one of the greatest human beings to ever live, man. Like, honestly, I mean, you can't say that about very many people other than, of course, myself, you know. But, but no, Mr. Rogers was kind of one of a kind. And I've never seen any interview with anybody that's ever had anything bad to say about Mr. Rogers. And as a matter of fact, like, I've seen like kids that have grown up that have had these like chance encounters with
The movie
Mr.
seems
Rogers.
to be a period piece, though, because it seems to take place in the late 90s because the cordless phones were still huge.
Yeah. Dungeon says Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood was really good. The actor who played the reporter, Matthew Rees, is really good and also one of the stars on The Americans. Yes, he was. So what are you giving Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Derek?
I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, so it's worth watching even though it's not really technically a biopic of Tom Hanks or of Fred Rogers. So that's good. Okay, anybody
It's
have
a
a high...
biopic of some guy.
Yeah. Anybody have a high escapade this week? You break?
No, not really.
Eric? I didn't see
We're all
anything.
stuck at home. I mean, it's hot. It's
Oh.
hard for.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the report that smoking weed might be bad for you during the pandemic?
I think there's validity to it, although, I mean, what the fuck else do people have to do other than smoke weed, watch movies, play video games, take small walks? Like,
I
what,
thought smoking in general is bad for you. I thought
Smoking
that was
over
like
the...
that was the point of like all the like edibles. And
No. Here's the thing. There have been studies after study saying that smoking weed is way less harmful than smoking cigarettes, for example. One, there's no there's no real addictive chemicals in weed. That doesn't mean that you can't get addicted to weed. You can, but it's way.
You can get addicted to anything.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, it really, if you have an addictive personality, you
Yes.
can get addicted to anything.
But weed doesn't have the chemical makeup of something like nicotine, right? So
and it also doesn't have the physiological dependency you would have with something like heroin.
Exactly. So the thing about weed is the studies basically say that weed is actually way safer, even though there are carcinogens and tar and whatnot in weed, just like there are in cigarettes. But the thing about it is that you hold it in your lungs way less than what you would hold a cigarette, tobacco. So
Probably also breaks down easier.
It does. So I can honestly tell you, it's way better for you. Like every study that I've ever seen has proven it time and time again that weed
Why isn't it legal? Nicotine is addictive.
Yes.
It is a psychoactive drug.
I mean, this is the question that we always ask as a supporter.
Has physiological.
Yes, you're right, Eric. So, I'm not here to tell everybody to go smoke weed. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just like, it's way better to smoke than cigarettes by a country mile. It's not even fucking close. So, that's just what it is. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on chat here. I think I'm caught up. Freak Five's talking about the show Paradise PD, which I've never seen. It's on Netflix. I don't have Netflix, so that's probably why I haven't seen it yet. He says the best line was made by the character based off Frank. He was explaining why he got kicked out of his house. Oh boy, here we go. I didn't get kicked out of my house, Freak Five. I fucking left. So there's a big difference. Okay, let's move on to Stinkos of the Week.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
All right, Breakman, you're up. Your Stinko of the Week.
Well, I guess it's probably going to be the same one as yours, really. I mean, it's official. Our next election's going to come down to 2 rapists.
Okay, I have something similar, so we'll tie it in. Bernie suspended his account. He did not drop out. So if you're in one of those states that hasn't voted yet, and you're interested in Bernie's platform, please still vote for Bernie. It's not over officially for Bernie being the nominee because of certain factors that can happen and might happen.
When you suspend your campaign, that just means you can't tour anymore.
No. He's just not spending any money on ads and stuff like that. So it doesn't mean that he's dropped.
Because he doesn't have to.
Eric, let me finish before you interrupt, man. He's not out of it. Okay. I mean, he's out of it as far as like getting the presidency, but it's important if you were planning on voting for Bernie, still vote for Bernie, because that's the only way things are going to get changed at the Democratic convention, because the more delegates that Bernie gets, the more leverage he has to kind of force Biden to do certain things. Now, I agree with you, Breakman. Go ahead with your reasoning. The lesser of 2 rapists is still a vote for a rapist, right?
Yeah, like to me though, like I've said many times, like I can't take Trump. I just can't.
Yeah, I know.
Can't deal with him.
What if
anymore,
Bernie convinced Biden to be his running mate?
Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Brakeman, I feel your pain, dude. And this is the point that I made last week, and I'll reiterate it this week. I can't bring myself to vote for Biden. I just. Yeah. I mean, at this point,
I don't blame anybody who can't. I know people are saying they're not going to vote.
Yeah.
Period.
Well,
you've said it. I know other people have said it.
I'm not encouraging.
I can't blame you.
I'm not encouraging people not to vote, but what I am encouraging people to do in the general election is vote green. And the reason that I say that is because if they get up to 15%, which I know is maybe unrealistic unless somebody like Bernie takes up the mantle and goes with the Green Party. They not only get funding, but they get a seat at the debates. So every debate, so 15% is a...
Plus, if you can show that, people are interested in another party, maybe you'll be more luck next time.
Yeah.
There are a lot of states where Green Party isn't even an option because you can only choose between Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing: if they get 15%, I think it's 20%, then they get on the ballot regardless. So it is important. It's not. I'm kind of tired of it. We've talked about it here, Breakman, time and time again. It's a fucking duopoly, right? And it's not even a duopoly; it's a monopoly because they're all beholden to who? The fucking donors, and they're the same donors. The same donors that donate to the Republicans donate to the Democrats because it's all one big fucking party. And if you don't believe
Pharma, the oil companies,
Yes.
Gun companies, these
Yes.
are some of the bigger ones.
Yeah,
we know the
NRA.
reason why cigarettes are still legal.
Yep.
Because it's cigarette lobbyists.
Yes.
I mean,
The lobbyists, man. The donors, the lobbyists. That's all. What it's all about. So
those are people who have actively fought to keep, like them and alcohol, have actively fought to keep like pot.
And here's
out
the
of the hands
thing.
of
Here's the thing. The United States should be ashamed of itself because the way that it should work is there should be no lobbyist and no dark money, no light money, nothing. It should be purely funded by people.
And Obama said he was getting rid of the lobbyists, so he just got them to stay out of the building. He didn't
Yeah.
stop them from like actually paying people and stuff
Right.
like that. It was
Right.
it was one of those just like, oh, look what I did. Like, yeah, I stopped them. I got rid of lobbyists.
Yeah,
And
he didn't
you
stop
just
shit.
Said you can't. They said you said they can't come in the building anymore. They're still influencing the candidates.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they can't
and
make
the
phone
people in
calls.
office.
Doesn't yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't hold fundraisers. None of that. None of our politicians should be funded by big donors at all. Corporations
They shouldn't be beholden to the
Right.
corporations. Exactly.
Corporations should have zero say in who gets elected. Period. At all whatsoever. So, fuck it. What else you want to add to that, Breakman? I'm sorry, I get passionate when I talk about lobbying.
It sucks. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even the people who would still not, don't, or I guess would still vote for somebody even knowing they're a rapist, not caring about that. I mean, I care. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, the people who looked past that with Trump I don't know. Will those same people not look past that with Biden too, or will they look past it with him and still? Even if they look past that, what is there with Biden?
Yeah, there's nothing. What are you excited? Like, if you're a Democratic voter, Break, what are you excited for Biden for? For what? What is he actually excited the masses for? If you look at his rallies compared to Bernie's rallies, it's not even fucking close. Nobody's excited for Biden at all.
I've seen this tweet, and I want to know how true it is, and who the hell this person is in the first place, because I don't have any idea. But it says, before you Biden haters abstain from voting this year or vote on a third party, remember that you're not voting for Biden. You're voting for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's replacement.
No, well, here's the thing. Biden fucking voted for Clarence Thomas and Scalia. So tell me that Biden is going to put anybody in the Supreme Court that's worth any fucking thing. And by the way, his treatment of Anita Hill is fucking shameful. Okay? Absolutely fucking shameful. All right? The way that he treated. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the tapes of him grilling Anita Hill on the fucking Hill instead of the way that he treated Clarence Thomas. So, I mean, it's atrocious. Biden is absolutely fucking atrocious, and a vote for him is a vote for, like you said, Breakman, another rapist, because he is. He's a fucking rapist.
I mean, I'd rather have him than Trump, but I'd rather have someone else entirely.
I wouldn't want him rather than Trump. They're both rapists, man. I don't look at one over the other. I mean, at all. They're both fucking horrid, awful people. Biden
but Trump he's.
I know, but Breakman
was Machiavellian.
Break. Look, check this out.
Biden is just a gross asshole.
Biden voted for the Iraq War, which killed millions of people, including hundreds of thousands of civilians. So anybody thinking that Biden is going to be the savior of this fucking country is fucking wrong, man. And maybe, just maybe, hear me out on this break. I know you might disagree with me. Another 4 years of bullshit with Trump might kick this fucking country's ass in gear, man. Maybe.
I don't think we could survive 4 more years.
Well, but we're about ready to find out because there's no chance in hell Biden wins. Have you seen the attack
If
ads?
Trump wins, does anybody want to throw a rebellion?
There's plenty of people that have been talking about that, Eric, and that's something for a different show that we'll talk about.
Yeah, we can't talk about.
Yeah, that's something.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Let me catch up on chat here. Freak5 says the quote that he was talking about on that PD show: "If they don't want you sucking on the orderly's titties, they shouldn't call it a nursing home." That's pretty funny. Freak5 says, "As for smoking pot, inhaling burning particles into your lungs is a bad idea." There's been study after study to say that smoking weed is not a terrible idea. Freak5, it leaves your system. It's not like, I mean, unless you chain smoke weed, which I know there are those people out there. I'm not among them, right? It's not going to affect your lungs long term. Plenty of studies that show otherwise. Freak5 says also, my Stinko's Iowa's governor. She hasn't issued a stay-at-home order. People have started calling her Kim Reaper. Yeah.
Don't forget the governor of Wisconsin. That piece of shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
please
agree.
come and vote.
Yeah, I know. No, and that's another thing. Biden fucking encouraged people to vote in Wisconsin. How fucking sick is that? It's fucking gross.
Although apparently some of the campaign staff for Bernie was also doing that.
No. They said don't vote. As a matter of fact, it was the opposite. I don't know who said to go vote, man. If they did, I would chastise them for sure.
And all these fake Christians that are getting people together to go to church and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, come here and give us money.
Slagar
It's
says
about, that's exactly what it's about. They want money. They don't care about their eternal soul or whatever bullshit they're selling.
Slagar
They
says
want money.
Slagar says you're wrong, Eric. He's in Wisconsin, so I think wasn't there a stay-at-home order eventually, Slagar? I know that the governor did issue an order to push off the election, but that was overruled by the Supreme Court of Wisconsin, I believe, Slagar. So I don't know. You're in Wisconsin, Slagar, so you know more than us. I'll just defer to you on that.
Oh, supposedly. I mean,
Yeah.
some people don't know what's going on in their own state sometimes.
I do think Wisconsin's kind of a weird state politically. I don't know. It's just it's so weird. Breakman, what else is on your mind for Stinko of the Week, man? Anything else?
Well, we can add Florida's governor. I typed in chat.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis is a piece of shit. But you know what? I think the Democrats actually avoided a bullet with that because the candidate that DeSantis was up against that he almost lost to was Andrew Gillum. And Andrew Gillum was caught in a hotel room with crack, and I don't know if it was a hooker or something. So there was some weird shit.
Okay, so they ultimately didn't make people go to the polls, but that was looking like it was where it was going to go.
Yeah, stay at home.
I was only going off from information that, at the time. I didn't know if it had happened already or not.
Yeah, I was right, Slagar. He
But
says
nothing to do with the governor? Okay. So.
Yeah, he wanted to move the election. He was overruled by I knew it was the Supreme Court. Yeah, not just Wisconsin Supreme. Yeah, nothing to do with the governor. Yeah, I kind of felt that way, Slagar. I was like thinking about it, and I remember that the events happening it like that. But I don't think your governor is the greatest either, Slagar, to be honest with you, from previous experience, if I remember correctly. Okay. Eric, you want to go ahead with your Stinko of the Week?
I think it would be just this continued situation.
Yeah.
Poopy.
Yeah, the pandemic is still not on the downside yet.
This is old. I need to delete this.
Yeah, we got another week or two of like hitting its peak, and then I think we might see the downside of it, which is not a downside. More people have died than should have because of our idiot in chief, but yeah.
No, you mean decline?
That's what I mean. Yeah, decline. Okay, so my Stinkos of the week. Bernie is having a rough day. Like, she's at work right now, but one of her best high school friends passed away, and I don't want to speculate on the virus and stuff, but people not taking this pandemic seriously are out of their fucking mind, man. Like it is a serious thing, and you know it sucks, and I feel bad for Bernie. Like she's really grieving. Like you know, she had to be phone conferenced in to a funeral. So you know, whatever.
Yeah, those people should just do mail. They shouldn't be in line.
Yeah, Slagar says Green Bay has 2 polling places open for 100,000 people. 4-hour wait. That's fucking ridiculous, Slagar. And people like encouraging people to go to vote during this pandemic. I don't know if I can get with that. It's shameful.
That's what Donald Trump wants us to do. I mean, he
Yeah.
doesn't want anybody to mail in their votes, even though he mailed his votes in.
I know. He's kind of, and when he got called on it, he just backs away and you know whatever.
He
mail my
rambles
vote
some
in.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, well, it was secured mail, and
Oh, knock it
and
off!
It was
some
sealed,
bullshit.
and what you know, he
Stupid.
rambled some bullshit that anybody could do. Like,
Right.
everybody can have secured, sealed mail,
Yeah.
but
Well-
it's just. The
Yeah.
I put it in a
excuses, they let
plastic
him off the
bag.
hook
That's what
with
he
that.
gave.
Well, and you know what? My response, if I was a reporter and I wanted to do a good follow up, I would have been like, "Why can't everybody else be afforded that same opportunity, Mr. President?" You know, like I wouldn't even.
Because states, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my last stinko for today.
Because of voter
Make it-
fraud, you'll cheat, but that's you're something.
I
That's
know.
That's why you were doing it though.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, my last stinko
But
goes.
it's kind of like the excuse that they use for trans people not being able to use the same bathrooms as other people
So stupid.
because
Yeah, it's
you
so
might
stupid.
get raped because
Yeah, look-
somehow being a trans person makes you more of a rapist or
Here-
something.
A couple of points here. Dungeon Buster in chat says people trust the mail to get their rebate checks, but not for votes. Exactly. Not only that, we trust the mail service for the census taking, right? So
I don't
like,
even know if I got a check.
And not only that, I trust the U.S. mail better than, let's say, UPS or FedEx.
Speaking of
We were
which,
talking about that
They
earlier.
need to be
Yep.
funded. They need
Check.
money.
Eric, chill out for
All right.
just a second. What were you saying, Break?
But we were talking about that earlier in chat, that somebody was saying they want to get their package on time or not dented up or something like that. Like, I trust the U.S. mail more than I do those other more expensive things. We have a good mail service.
I would agree. And I think the mail service should have added services like basic banking services and break up the big banks. Like it used to be back in the day. You know, the banks the postal service used to have other functions, you know.
Wait, Slager has a smoking hot mail carrier lady?
Oh my God, that's a dream come true, Slagar. Like I'd be going outside every time she like came to the house and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, how's the mail route going today? You know, stuff like that. You know."
Is it like that for you guys too? Have you seen more women mail people?
I don't know,
care.
because like I'm usually working when the mail comes.
No, because I've seen in the last I say 5 to 10 years, I've seen more and more women carrying the mail.
Well, I don't really
Which is
see.
a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I really
saying.
don't see any mail carriers here because we don't. It's all like in those boxes, you know, like on the side of the street. So you don't really get a chance to see the mail person anymore. It's
That's
not.
another reason.
Yeah. All right, my last stinko of the day goes to a hospital bill I received. If you guys remember, I think it was last week I explained I went to the ER to get treated for what I felt was COVID symptoms, right? I had the chest tightening, you know, shortness of breath shit, and I was in and out in less than 10 minutes. And anybody want to guess how much my bill was? Break, you want to take a guess?
$3,683.
Okay, what about you, Eric? You want to take a guess?
Wait, I should have asked. Do we lose if we go over? We're doing closest to it, right? But
Yeah,
not one over.
you definitely lose if you go over.
$666.
Okay, you definitely lose if you go over. You're way over, Break. Eric is close, man. I actually got a bill for $941.11. Now, that's interesting in itself, right? Less than 10 minutes. I didn't get treated. I didn't get any medications or anything like that. You know what I was told? You probably have COVID. Go home and take Tylenol and ibuprofen for pain. And I'm like, what the fuck did I even come to this ER for, right? And I explained it last week.
Them. I just say like, you didn't even give me service. I'm not paying you shit.
Okay, I'm going to call him on that, but check this out. This is shady as shit, okay? I'm looking at this bill, right? And it says The payment. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It says. I gotta find the original. Okay, there it is. It says charges $941.11, and then it has a space for patient payments / adjustments, and in that adjustment is $564.67. Where the fuck did that money come from? And if they can pay that much of the bill, why can't they just say, I'm paying this whole fucking bill? Because I tell you what, it brought the bill down to $376.44, right? Which sounds, that sounds kind of reasonable for an ER visit, especially with no insurance. How can they adjust that much, first of all? And second of all, less than 10 minutes worth of quote-unquote work, which involved a fucking doctor taking a stethoscope to my back and saying, oh, it doesn't sound like you got any, anything in your lungs.
It's not like you went to the dentist and you used a bunch of the machinery.
Yeah, there was nothing that warranted $1,000 worth of work. So you know what I did? This is how I took care of that problem, and how I'm going to take care of it in the future. And I don't give a fuck if it goes to collections, because guess what? They ain't getting much money from me. I sent them a check. You know how much I sent them in check form?
Same rules, right? I'm going to go 25 cents. Penny. I'm going a penny.
Oh, you got it. Brakeman, you got it. I sent them.
Nice. I'm right on. That means I win.
Yep. And Eric said it too, I think. But yes, I sent them a check for 1 cent. Because guess what? That's all they're going to fucking get from me for the rest of my life.
Worth anyway.
1 fucking penny. That's it. One penny.
Pretty funny. The stamp costs you more money.
Yep. The stamp did cost me more money. The stamp cost, what, 58 cents or whatever it is now? So,
forever stamps are like, if you get a bucket, it's $9.
And guess what? Every month,
every
month that they send me this fucking bill, I'm gonna send them another check. You know what I figure? I got twitch.tv/RPGrinders on every one of my checks, so I'm getting money back in return in advertising, because anybody that sees that check is gonna see that link. So hopefully they'll click on that link and find out how pissed I am at the motherfuckers. Wyland says my bill for the ER back in January would have been about $8,000 without insurance. Yep, it's absolutely bullshit. Dungeon says I feel like I'm listening to the Price is Right Healthcare Edition. That's exactly. Plinko was fun, man. God damn, Plinko was fun. I wish we could do an audio Plinko edition of RP Grinders. Plinko was definitely the funnest fucking game, man. Love that game. Okay, so that was my stink of the week. Let's move on to happier times.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweet of the week.
All right, Breakman, what is your sweet of the week?
Oh, I got one. Dungeon Buster's back today.
Yes, that's definitely.
Sorry, I had to think. It was been one of those weeks where you keep looking at the news and it's like, oh, here's what the death rate is today, and here's what Trump did today, and it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, and
this company had to lay off more people, and they're furloughing these people, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh, okay. And Biden is our Democratic nominee. I bet that was really music to your ears too, Breakman.
I know. It's been a great week.
Freak says, LOL, Frank doesn't care about the bill going to collections because his Kickstarter money is all in overseas accounts. I wish that were the case.
Secret Cayman funds.
Yeah, I wish that was the case, Freak 5, man. I'm pretty much
I'm pretty sure it's
penniless,
spelled wrong too, but who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Swedish bank.
Secret Cayman funds, exactly, Dungeon. Yeah, I got so much money.
That was so dumb in Mega Man 9. It's like Dr. Wily has a Swiss bank account he wants to send money to stop Dr. Light.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Dr. Light supposedly went evil.
Yeah. All right, Eric, I didn't see any sweetos on your space there, so I'll go ahead and go with mine. I was playing, like I said earlier, I was playing Call of Duty World War II, which Dungeon brought up the fact that it had really good cutscenes in between missions and like really good cinematic and they were really excellent. It was about the best thing in that game.
Call of Duty, they better have good graphics animation.
Yeah, no. It was definitely good.
I mean, they spent so much time on water physics.
Yeah, but I did find out that game, along with some other games like God of War. I noticed it when I played God of War about probably a year ago now. Like my PlayStation was just kind of having a hard time like keeping cool. Like it was just, constantly the fan just like really, really loud. And I'm like, God damn, is that the way this fucking thing is supposed to be? And so finally I like looked on YouTube, like what I could do to kind of, silence the fan a little bit. And I found out that you could pop the top off the PlayStation 4 and actually clean out, the fan a little bit, to help it out. And I did that with the Q-tip and, got all kinds of gunk, like, on the inside of it. And like I even took
I should
Q-tips.
probably do that to mine.
I even took Q-tips and like kind of like scraped the heating element, not the heating element, but the heating, what do they call that? The core, the heat core to kind of, keep it cool. And I fixed it. It's like, it runs really good now. So I was like, wow,
It's
that's
quieter.
yeah,
That's
it's
nice.
much quieter, man. I
Mine
was
isn't
like,
loud, but I should probably do that anyway.
yeah, just do it anyways, dude. Just clean it out. Like look at a YouTube video and just clean it out. So yeah, I was really, really happy for that. So Freak Five says his Sweeto this week, Monday, his employee discount at the grocery store, his pharmacy is attached, increased from 10 to 20% until the 12th. That's good. Dungeon said my PS3 sounds like a mini jet engine when I play PS1 or PS. I don't understand that, Dungeon. Like it really shouldn't be that way, but whatever. On
Can you
Tuesday,
pop off the top of a PS3 like you can the PS4?
yes. The PS3 I don't know. The PS4 you can definitely open it up and clean it out and do whatever. Dungeon says, Freak Five says on Tuesday all full-time employees get a $200 gift card. That's nice, I guess, but how about a raise, Freak Five, or how about hazard pay? Dungeon says I'll need to try that and clean my PS4. Definitely clean it, man. It works, man, for sure.
He said his PS3 sounds like a mini jet engine whenever he plays PS1 or PS2 games.
Yeah. On Thursday until Saturday, booze at the store is 10% off. Booze isn't included in our employee discount. There's a reason for that.
I figure.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, Freak Five, because it's all about volume with booze. There's not a big leeway on pricing with booze, so that's why you hardly, you see discounts here and there at the liquor store, but they're few and far between for sure. So, it's all about volume. Liquor stores are all about volume. So there you go. All right, let's move on to. Okay, so this week's free for all definitely pandemic related. So, what have you guys been doing? And we want to hear from you guys that are listening on the archives and in chat. Like, what have you guys been doing during this pandemic? To keep yourself busy. I mean, is it the standard movies and video games, or what exactly have you all been doing? I'll start with you, Breakman.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was chatting.
How have you been passing the time during the pandemic?
Wow, do we really talk about that?
Not much different from what I usually do.
It depends.
Play games.
It depends. Are we going to get details on Mrs. Brakeman, maybe, Brakeman? Because if we are, I'm all ears, Other than that, I really don't want to know what you've been doing.
Let's see. I woke up this morning. I had to work, but obviously I'm not leaving the house.
Right.
My desk is right next to the bed, though, so.
You don't have to sleep
Are you like
I don't
in
have
your?
to go that far.
Are you in your undies doing work, Brakeman, or do you have to do like conference calls, like video conference calls and shit like that?
We only have to do audio conference calls.
Oh shit! So you could be. You could be in your
what do you
boxers.
mean could be? Of course I am. The priest says he bought 2 bottles of scotch, a bottle of bacon vodka, and a bottle of Jim Beam honey.
Wow.
I try to play that Jim Beam playing every once in a while, and over here off of one of the highways, and you can really smell it. Like every time you go by it.
I actually
let me.
I took Freak Five's advice and I bought this Screwball peanut butter whiskey, and I gotta say it's fucking good, man. For sure, it's really good, man. It tastes a lot like peanuts, for sure. So yeah, all right. So what else you been doing, like on your off time break, like to keep like sane?
Really, Eric was saying it's not much different from the old, from as it would be. I'm just not going to really work anymore. I like not having a commute, by the way, but I mean, it's still playing video games, watching TV.
Yeah.
You still have to do like yard work and house cleaning, all that good shit.
Yeah, of course. Laundry, all that. Fuck. Yeah, I hear you, man. Slagar says he's been doing games, videos, and beer. That's the way to do it, Slagar, man. Slagar looks. I mean, one day, Slagar, dude, I'm gonna head up there to Wisconsin, man. We're gonna take a beer tour or something. I'll drink your ass under the table, Slagar. Yeah, right.
Are you not allowed to drink beer?
I like beer a lot, man. Beer is probably my favorite alcohol in general. Although I gotta say, man, I do like a good whiskey. But I'm a real lightweight.
If you want to get drunk quicker, you want liquor.
Yeah. I'm not a big.
I really like the slowest way to get drunk is beer.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of alcohol. I I prefer weed, obviously. Like it just works better for me, like mentally and physically and stuff like that. Like I really do.
Weed smoothies, freak.
I really do use weed as a a helpful tool in like mental health and definitely physical health with my back and stuff. I smoke a lot of CBD with my weed, so that way I can have not only the high effects but also the medical effects as well. But alcohol, man, like I like it so much that if I drink too much, it's just I get sick like anybody, and I don't like that feeling the next day. But I will have beer, a lot of beer. I do like beer, and I'm really liking this screwball whiskey, to be honest. Like I put it with some cream, and it tastes good, like half and half. Like you do like like a half glass of half and half with a few shots of the screwball peanut butter whiskey, and it tastes really good, man. I'm impressed. I do like that. All right. So what about you, Eric? What are you doing to pass the time? The usual?
Yeah. Just playing games.
Yeah.
I've been using services like Grubhub and Diner Dash or DoorDash more though.
Yeah. Dungeon says sometimes he goes out shopping and is surprised at how much people love ice cream during a pandemic.
I have to go shopping tomorrow to get more cereal and a couple other things.
Good luck finding cereal, because cereal's almost non-existent here, man. I don't know what the fuck people think is going on. Like, it's not like the fucking zombie virus or anything, man. Like I know it's really bad, but
Yeah, it's much better over here because not only wasn't it not that bad, it's like the only real thing you had a hard time finding was bread and toilet paper.
Toilet paper,
and
for sure.
That has gone back to the mostly normal levels.
I don't understand the toilet paper thing. Why are people freaked out that they're not going to get toilet paper? Like, it's so weird. It's a fucking respiratory virus. It's not a butthole virus. Like, what is the deal with toilet paper? Is that like the first thing to go in any type of crisis situation? I just don't get it. I don't understand, but whatever. So as for me, like, the way I'm passing time is
they need to make their like surrender flags or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Movies, video games. Like I'm feeling like I'm getting through more video games lately. Like I told you guys about World War II. I beat that game. I got Advanced Warfare. I don't know if I want to do that first before I get into my final PlayStation 4 push, because I only got a certain amount of games. But
I forgot they had Cinnamon Oat Cheerios.
Yeah. Let's see. Dungeon says cereal section at our store is mostly empty too. Few lonely boxes of cinnamon oat Cheerios begging people to buy them. Yeah, it's really weird. Slager says we got more toilet paper in stores now than ever before, but that's because you're in the fucking center of the toilet, paper. What do they call that? The epicenter of toilet paper making, Slagar. So you're lucky, motherfucker. Oh man, Slagar, if you're ever in Denver, dude, we gotta hang out, man. Like seriously, it's a long time coming. So, but yeah, it's been rough on everybody, man. Like I I mean, I've been taking walks and stuff, but even then, you know, you have to be kind of conscious of, you know, taking walks. Like, you don't want to be around anybody, you know. It's not a prejudice thing. It's just like, you know, I don't want to get sick. I got sick already. I don't want to get, and you can get sick again. If you've already had the virus and you don't think you can get sick again, you got another thing coming. There have been cases in South Korea and Japan, in the United States, where people get reinfected. So, you know, stay safe out there for sure. You know, it's just it sucks right now, but I think we got maybe another rough month ahead, and then I think we'll start seeing the curve go way down, and then hopefully by
I miss not being able to get Taco Bell for breakfast though, but at least Wendy's does breakfast now.
yeah that I
And
did
there's
notice.
always Dunkin' Donuts.
I did notice that they didn't have breakfast at Taco Bell for some reason. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Taco Bell's not doing breakfast until like May.
that's
Because
weird.
I'm guessing they can't get enough people to work early enough to do
Yeah,
that.
I guess, man, that's really weird. The U.S. is like the number one producer of toilet paper in North America. They are.
I think the real reason though is because the company that owns both Wendy's and Taco Bell probably wants to conserve one for the other. And they probably get more customers in the morning for Wendy's for some odd reason than they do Taco Bell.
Yeah. Wyland says Wendy's breakfast is greater than Taco Bell. I do like the Taco Bell. What do they call that?
The breakfast baconator. It's like basically all 3 breakfast sandwiches stuffed into one.
No, I like the Taco Bell like crunch wrap thing with steak. That's actually really fucking good. Freak5 says in the toilet paper business, buy for their bathrooms can't be switched to individual customers because the distribution is different and it isn't designed to fit in home toilet paper. Yeah, but you can still buy that shit at Sam's, man. And I know that because I bought Bernie's mom. I bought her mom a big ass roll of toilet paper because she was running low and there was no way, and I just had it sent to her house in near Phoenix.
Yeah.
So
I would drink the Frosty-Cino, but I've never been a big iced coffee drinker.
I like iced coffee quite a bit.
I don't like
actually.
coffee that much to begin with. Like, the only thing I could really drink is a really chocolate-loaded cappuccino.
Yeah.
I don't like lattes. I tried latte once.
Dungeon says it's probably just me, but it's kind of funny to be able to buy Dunkin' Donut munchkins during a pandemic. Oh man!
So you're the ones that's buying all the munchkins.
Yeah, exactly, man. I think it's Dungeon. We have to blame Dungeon. All right. That's about all I got. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
What was that sigh for? Because you know it's coming.
No, because I got to get ready for GDP, which I'm going to be doing about a half an hour after this show ends. So.
Oh, I thought you were sighing because you were expecting this.
Hey, maybe we can do movie night again because Netflix has movie sharing again. It took a pandemic to bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe somebody can share Netflix with me and let me watch.
Yeah, it's like Frank needs Netflix first.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't have Netflix. I have Disney Plus. So if anybody wants to do a Disney Plus movie night,
All we gotta do is convince Disney to do a Disney party thing.
We can do the Marvel movies.
I know. We could do that too. I don't know. We'll see. I have to make sure Twitch doesn't has a private setting, and maybe I'll figure that out.
Or we could use Crackle. That way we can it's already free, so it's not like we could get in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. I don't know if Twitch has a private function.
Get built-in ads.
I don't know if Twitch has a private function that I can give out passwords to. If it does, I'll give out a password and we could do a Grinder movie night or something. I'll look into it. And maybe next week we'll have that, or the week after. I don't know. But tonight, half an hour after this show ends, so approximately. Let's see, what would that be? 9:30 Eastern. I'll be doing a non-themed GDP, so feel free to stick around in chat and do. We got our first bot in chat. Joris Overmean says, "Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on followingbot.com."
I know how I could become famous.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How dare you. Breakman, you son of a bitch. You ruined the whole show, man. What's wrong with you? You can get in trouble if you keep the video, Wyland, but if I delete the video, I should be okay. It's kind of how it worked on YouTube.
Or have your video on demand settings set to the smallest amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just delete the video right after, and then it's all good. But I forgot to delete that fucking Power Rangers video, and that's what did me in on fucking YouTube before. But whatever. Dungeon says Freak 5. Oh yeah, there's also a free month, I think. What are you talking about?
No, because we were in the midstream when that happened. They just shut you down.
I've already had Netflix, so it doesn't work for me. So, okay, that's about it. Do you guys have anything else before we take off? Oh, damn it! How did I know? How the fuck did I know you were gonna do that? You know,
Go watch High Score Girl on Netflix if you haven't already.
Yeah, one of these days, during I actually think it's gonna happen during this pandemic. Breakman's gonna watch a bunch of videos on how to play harmonica, and he's gonna like play Beethoven's like.
Oh my god! I never even thought of that. Holy shit! I should do that.
Breakman's gonna be playing
use
like
this pandemic to learn how to play the harmonica.
Breakman's gonna like bust out
lazy,
like Beethoven or Mozart or Chopin on the fucking show, man. It's gonna be weird, but. Okay, I forgot to mention another thing I'm doing. I'm starting to learn how to play guitar during this pandemic, so that's kind of cool. I got an electric guitar, so I want to learn how to play a little bit. So that's what I've been doing. So, all right, I think that's about it. Let's do our plugs. Breakman, plug away.
You can follow me at break_man on Twitter and at RPGrinders on Twitter, where you can ask us any question you want, because really we'll answer it. I don't think there's been a question we've ever been asked that we've refused to answer.
Yeah,
we've had some really interesting questions.
Yeah, Break. I have never taken an El Paso on a question ever in the history of RPGrinders. So that's right. You're correct. Freak 5 is exiled. So there you go. Okay, Eric, you're up. Plugs, please.
I'm gonna plug.
Back in time, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna plug FF7 remake because it's out now.
Stairway to Heaven.
I'm probably gonna be playing that instead of doing Grind Dress Party.
Break is gonna fucking learn how to play Stairway to Heaven on harmonica. If he plays if Break,
you'd have to be like one of those YouTube video edits where you just do different notes and then string them all together.
That was the worst version of Stairway to Heaven I've ever heard, Breakman. That was awful, man. All right. Anything else, Eric? Stairway to Heaven. Man.
I'm going to say Toonami sucks. Don't watch.
Okay.
All right. It's gone back to midnight only, and it's pretty much the fucking Shonen Jump block.
Yeah. Okay.
I only watched that not direct. What's it called?
On demand.
Demand. Thank
you. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I want to thank everybody in chat that was here. Our good friend Slagar was in there. Let me see who else was in there. Commander Root always joins us almost every week. Freak 5, good friend Freak 5. Wyland, good friend Wyland, who is probably one of the probably the best Mortal Kombat player in chat for sure. Dungeon, one of the greatest role-playing gamers in chat. Slagar, one of the greatest.
When isn't V8 spicy?
Yeah, it's not always spicy. Slagar, one of the greatest drinkers, and wow, Vizak is in there. Welcome on in, and thanks for joining. Stick around about a half an hour in. This very chat, I will be starting a GDP. It is not going to be on YouTube because YouTube will ban me, so I gotta stop that. But stick around in twitch.tv/RPGrinders if you're on the archives. Thank you to all the archive listeners listening around the globe on Twitch, on YouTube, on iTunes, Podbean, all that good fun stuff, Stitcher. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to join the show live, we're live every Friday, 7 Eastern time. And every once in a while, I do a GDP right after, about a half an hour after the show ends. So you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches, and you can follow me on any of the systems, Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox, RPGrinders. So look me up. So,
there is one thing I want to plug. Go watch the newest Death Battle. It was pretty hilarious. Machamp versus Goro. Who do you think wins?
Goro.
No?
Yes. Oh, okay.
But you find
Well,
find out
thanks
exactly
for
how.
ruining the ending.
I didn't
Yeah.
ruin the ending. I just said no. It's not
Okay.
happening that way.
All right.
It's a match versus 2, and you just told us one doesn't win. So
Well, yeah, it's
The
still
math,
worth watching
I'm
though
just
because
saying.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening. I really appreciate it. You guys have anything else before we leave?
Freak might make bacon shot glasses dipped in bacon this weekend.
That sounds good. I'm down for that. Freak 5, send me some, man.
No, like it's not fair. We're quarantined. I'll
I
have
know.
to like stalk you from 6 feet away.
Well,
I have to stalk
look,
outside of your house.
It depends on the proof. If the proof is higher, then it's takes care of itself, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're good. You just use the vodka as a little bit of hand sanitizer, man. There you go. Problem solved. Okay, stay safe out there. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we are out. I'll be sticking around for about a half an hour. I will start up GDP. All right. Take care, everybody. Stay safe this weekend. Until then, we're out. Later.
It's ending really fast. I can't keep up with it.
One of these days, Break is going to do our intro and outro in harmonica, and it's going to be like awful and great at the same time. All right, everybody in chat, give me about a half an hour. I'm going to stop the stream, and I will be right back with all your requests. If you already have a request queued up, put it into chat. Please make it a YouTube link, and I'll be back in about a half an hour or so. I got to post the show and all that good fun stuff. So I'll be back. Stay